This is a Kirkendall Barrett presentation, darling.
Feed me, meow, meow, meow.
Because of this podcast, I'm a gay icon.
I'm so hot. I'm so good looking. My salad dressing is amazing.
Like the internet at large, there are things you can do on the internet besides porn, but most of it's porn.
A Lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on both Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel and try to make sense of them. I am Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello, Jason
Les
Bowers.
Kirkendall Barrett.
And hello, Kirk
Hello,
Fitzpatrick.
Les Kirkendall Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers.
It's Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day.
Well, it's Memorial Day as we record this. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, people aren't listening live.
Memorial
Yes.
Evening, as we
This will
recorded it,
this will become a
actually.
Memorial Day tradition as people in the future listen to this episode every Memorial Day.
This will memorialize the fact that we finally started recording this today.
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah,
Yes, there were some technical difficulties, but we're
there were
here.
some delays in watching.
And I hope everybody had a nice weekend. How was hot dog last night,
It was
Jason?
fun. A lot of fun.
Hot dog.
I went to the Abbey.
Oh, you did?
I had some friends from the UK. One of them ordered
Oh,
cake.
are there photos of this happening,
And
Les?
ate it?
Yeah, there were. I saw it.
Yes,
Okay.
but she was an attractive lady, so she could actually get away with eating cake at the Abbey with no judgment.
I don't know about
Really?
that. There were people judging. I'm sure
But-
there were people judging. Sorry to your friend, but that
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
We're talking about it now.
Yeah. But, we could always say, well, she's not from here. She's from a different country. But it was fun. Kurt, did you do anything for the 3-day weekend?
No, not really. Nothing exciting. Oh
Made
well,
a
I am
cake for
thinking
your
about.
mom.
I made a cake. Yeah, my mom's birthday was this weekend, so I made her a Jewish apple cake, which is very good.
Ooh,
So
that actually
got
sounds
that,
good.
yeah. Got a little orange in it too. I made it before, but this time it's got a little orange flavor to it.
Oh. You need to go on, Bake Off, like the Great American Baking Show. I could see you
They
doing
make some
that.
really fancy stuff on there. Yeah, I do like to bake. I don't do it that often, but I do like it though. And I make some good stuff.
Hallmark's
I
been
am
moving into the reality space, and they do a lot of movies that have baking as a big centerpiece of it. Like, they could do some kind of baking competition, something.
Well, hopefully
Right.
Jeff Probst won't be involved because he ruined Survivor.
How
Survivor.
dare
He
you?
didn't ruin it, but he kind of spoiled.
I would say
Part of it.
Jeff didn't spoil it as much as the whole production spoiled it.
Yeah, I guess he's not the only one to blame. He is one of
Right.
the producers, but I don't
Yeah.
know how that happened because it's like, don't you people know what you're doing? Maybe I don't know.
Because didn't he announce that someone was voted out, even though we weren't supposed
They
to
were
know
building
that
up
yet?
and building up to this fire. You know the part where they have to make a fire to see who's in the final three. So
I do
it
not,
was
because I've never
Right.
watched an episode of the show.
it was Rizzo versus
Kaneki?
well, no, one of the big guys. I forget his name. There was a couple big guys on the show, and anyway, so then he gave it away. Jeff Probst. It wasn't. I wasn't 100% sure he gave it away. He brought Rizzo out and he said he made some comment, and I was like, I think he just gave it away. And then other people.
What I heard
Yeah.
about it, because I
Yeah.
read that this happened, was that whatever it was Jeff said was something that was in a segment that had already happened, but the audience at home hadn't yet seen.
It was because they're going back and forth between the recorded show on the island and a live show in front of an audience. That's
Right.
That's what happened. Yeah, and so they weren't keeping up with what was what, or when they were showing what. And I didn't even watch the last hour because I went to bed.
And then did Jeff Probst say A hickey from Kaniki is like a Hallmark card. We only give you the very best. And then did Rizzo say, "You
What's that
pig."
from?
Grease.
Oh, God.
And Kaniki said that to Rizzo on Grease.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is a Rizzo in Greece. Well, it's
That's
not the
why
same.
I said Kaniki earlier.
Kaniki. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. I'm going to be, first thing tomorrow, I'm going down to Northfall Trust. This is the bank that's in this movie. I'm going to be taking out a loan
Okay.
so that we can get a chunk of space on CBS late night so we can bring this YouTube
Oh,
show
yeah.
to CBS, just like
Okay.
Byron Allen did.
Let's do it.
Because I know Northfall Trust is going to give us the loan. They gave this lady in this movie a loan.
I'm part of the Byron Allen cinematic universe already.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go
What?
the BAU.
What?
Yeah.
I got to write it down.
the BACCU. I was on
Trying to write it
a
down.
Byron
Okay.
Allen show called The Gossip Queens once as a guest. Very similar
What's that?
format to how
Oh.
what's the show that's replacing Colbert?
Comics Unleashed.
Comics Unleashed. Very similar kind of format to that. It's people talking about funny things. They sort of map it out with the producers, like what they're gonna riff on, and it's very evergreen. It's not super timely, so they can like rerun it often.
Oh. I never heard it. What's the show called?
It was called The Gossip
Gossip?
Queens. It used to be on Logo, and then it was on, I think, in first run syndication for like 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're part of the Byron Allen cinematic universe.
yeah. This is before he bought Weather Channel, but had
Okay.
already been building his empire.
Yeah, yeah.
Because people think of
Billionaire.
what's his name? Tyler
Tyler
Perry. People think of Tyler Perry as like this huge African American mogul, but Byron Allen arguably is a bigger mogul than Tyler Perry is.
He's usurped him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've heard Tyler Perry's live
Like,
shows.
wasn't he going to buy?
Yeah. He's gonna. Well, he bought BuzzFeed, and he wants to buy Stars. I think that's the next thing he's after.
I think he at one point was even trying to get in a bid to buy Paramount when it was up for sale. Like he owns a lot. He owns a lot of local stations. He owns, pieces of this entertainment company here and pieces of that entertainment company there.
He must have been when he was on Real People. He must have been super young because I was like a little kid when that was on.
Yeah.
I was not an older
Yes.
child at that point. That's back in the day. So he must have been like in his 20s when he was on that.
Probably.
Yeah. Wasn't that with John Davidson?
Like early 20s. No, was it? Maybe. No,
There
I
were
think John
2
Davis
shows. One was on
That's Incredible.
NBC, which was Real People. Then there was That's Incredible on ABC, which I think
Yeah,
was the
John
one
Davis was on That's Incredible. Yeah.
Real People had, was it Fran
Skip-
Tarkenton? Was that one of the people?
No,
I don't
I don't know. Was Skip Stevenson the guy? And Sarah Purcell? We could look this
Sarah
stuff up. I guess.
Purcell
Yes.
was Real People. Skip Stevenson was Real People. Byron Allen. Peter Billingsley. What? Fred Willard.
I think.
Oh, yeah. Forget about
yeah.
Fred
From
Willard being on
the
there. Yeah.
BB gun movie?
What's that? What's that,
Peter
Les?
Peter Billingsley from the
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Billingsley from the BB gun
Yeah.
movie, the
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
movie.
I remember that actually. We used to watch that thing. But I'm telling you, I was an infant. I was a mere
infant.
baby.
Well, it aired from 79 to 83, so you were a
Well-
little more than an infant.
Well, I
Yes.
was wearing a diaper, so I was definitely
You
an
should
infant.
talk to
No, I
your
don't-
parents about their potty training schedule then.
Whenever I
Yes.
remember, I specifically remember watching Byron Allen and wearing a diaper. That could have been any year.
I mean, that could be
There
now.
you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Comics Unleashed. I'm gonna wear a diaper and I'm gonna unleash in my diaper.
That's why it's called Comics Unleashed.
Ew.
And I mean that as a compliment.
Comics in diapers just taking a shit on CBS every night.
That's
Ew.
but they could do that if they wanted. They own the space.
They do.
I don't know if there's any kind of. I don't know if there's any kind of censorship or any kind of.
There's censorship
like
because you're still
Really?
on a broadcast network. Yeah,
Okay.
they're still on the affiliates that all have to have their broadcast licenses approved. and
Standards of
reviewed.
procedure. So the Robin Byrd show can't take over like a spot. I don't know if she's still around, but she can't bring that show.
She's
They
still
could do it in
alive.
resuns.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that
Well,
still
they could bring
on?
it
The
back in
show is
reruns
still on, but
CBS.
Robin's I'm Facebook friends with Robin.
They could bring her on. If anybody at home doesn't know, so Robin Byrd, the show is in New York, and I guess it was
Cable
it was a
access.
lot of like naked women and stuff like that.
It was
That's what
she'd
the
have a
show-
lot of
show
like
pretty much
adult
was.
film stars and stuff
stars.
like that,
Yeah.
and you could show like breasts and stuff like that.
It was
Yeah.
it was
Yes.
it was public access New York. I don't even know if public access New York. I think it does. Public access still exists in New York.
I think it
And her thing
probably
was,
does, but public access it was sort of the basis that they the foundation that they built New York One on, the foundation that they built Spectrum One.
Oh,
on
interesting.
in LA
Okay.
on.
Yeah. That was kind of like the independent TV before there was YouTube and all that.
Yeah.
For those media students. at
so
home.
like her promo would be like, you can tell about my show a friend or a loved one or me, the bird.
Well,
And she sang a song called "Bang My Bop."
Well, Robin, what I love, the way I found out about Robin Byrd is they parodied it on SNL with Sherry O'Terry, and it's hilarious. And it's hilarious because it's a real show, and this is very much what the show looked like.
they referenced it on this
Yes, and you could call in.
Simpsons.
She had
Yeah.
call in guests.
Yeah.
Simpsons. It was referenced also. I remember. She's like, "I hope you're not watching that naked talk show." I was like, "Oh, that's the Robin Byrd show." For those New York
Robin
New York
Byrd.
natives.
Well,
Yes.
speaking of naked, Kurt, do you have any
Doing
Black
a
China
piece
news?
of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
The Black China Report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I did. I finally found a story because I know one week I ended up repeating one, and then another week I think I said some. We gave some Wendy Williams, but here's something. This one's loaded. So this is the headline. Tokyo Tony threatens to build case and file restraining order against Tia Kemp amid ongoing feud. Tia threatens her with Florida's Mental Health Baker Act. Now, there's no way I did not report this before. The easiest way for me to tell this story is I'm going to just go to the Instagram here from Hollywood Unlocked. So here it is. Yikes, it says. The online feud between Tokyo Tony and Tia Kemp continues to get serious as Tokyo now threatens to file a restraining order against Tia, who filed back and threatened to pull Florida's Mental Health Baker Act on Tokyo, which is a state law that allows for the involuntary placement of an individual in a psychiatric unit for purposes of psychiatric evaluation. I did not know that, but I don't live in Florida. Okay, so things began in December 2025 as Tokyo Tony, born Shalana Jones Hunter, repeatedly came for her daughter online, Black China, born Angela Renee White. Tokyo told her daughter she was on her own and was no longer protecting her after allegedly being done wrong. Tokyo then called China a demon and a witch, as she wished she would have aborted her. Tokyo continued to slam her daughter, calling her an abortion-having coward-ass hose. The one-sided public feud continued as Tokyo claimed if China walked through that door... What happened?
I
Trying to
just
be a
love you calling it a
journalist.
one-sided public feud. That's funny.
That's what... Okay, well, I'm lost it now. All right, yes. The one-sided public feud continued as Tokyo claimed, if China walked through that door, I would Marvin Gaye that bitch. She referenced the late singer as he was fatally shot by his own father. Sounds like it happened at the same time. Okay. As Tokyo's comments against her own daughter continued to get serious, Tia Kemp entered the chat. She's got balls. Tia, born Tia Landra Kemp, previously appeared on Zeus Network's Aunt T podcast with Tokyo Tony and Blueface's mother, Carlissa Safford Harvey. While addressing her former co-host, Tia said Tokyo needs to leave China alone, calling her actions disgusting and sad. Tia and Tokyo began their own feud, dragging each other. Soon enough, Tokyo revealed the FBI pulled up to her home over alleged threats against China. We did hear about that.
Yeah.
Tokyo accused Tia of snitching and called the federal agency. Tia said she wanted all the smoke and that she was ready to tussle on sight. Tokyo obliged and said it's up. Now, Tokyo tells fans she's ready to build a case and file a restraining order on Tia before killing her in self-defense. Tia fires back. So that's the best way to tell the story. I literally found a website that it is like it is long as Infinite Jest. The article that goes into this. This at least is condensed.
This is wild.
It truly is.
I love that Tokyo accuses Tia of snitching. Like, all Tokyo Tony does is go to the press with these stories. Like, how is
thank
it? Like,
God.
how is Tia snitching? Like, the world
We were
knows
running out of
because
stories.
Tokyo's out there just shouting it from a rooftop.
Of course. Well, I like how this is the Instagram here. It's Hollywood Unlocked. Is that what Hollywood? Is that how Hollywood is represented these days? When were the days? What were about the old days of the Stewart Club and
Well,
What's
I mean,
her name
Hollywood
being-
is itself a facade. The whole idea
Schwab's.
of
Yeah.
celebrity and stardom was all made up to sell a movie, and then everyone started buying into it.
It's real. If I'm gonna go there and hang out and I'm gonna sip a soda at Schwab's and be discovered
Sure.
for the next Byron Allen show. I'll be discovered. Say, ooh, you look funny.
I'm gonna be discovered by knowing how to play mahjong and teaching it to people. And
Right.
this is
There's
what
many
I want to
options.
know about this game. And I've never played mahjong, even though I am the Asian representation on this podcast, which is a larger percentage of Asian people, percentage-wise, than they had in this cast.
Well, can I ask a sensitive question?
Yeah,
That one of her
yes.
friends in it, she's Asian. Or she's one of them. One of the ladies.
Yeah,
is,
her
I
friend
believe, part
Shelly
Asian.
was
Yeah.
definitely part Asian. And the only way that they even touched on this mahjong being from like Chinese culture is by having her part Asian friend run some sort of gala in
Yeah.
Chinatown in the nondescript city where this took place.
Would we
And
say
then they pair her
she's-
with the other Asian person that they introduced late in
Yeah.
the movie.
Would we say she has a grandparent who's Asian? Where do we think?
Who?
What's the
Who,
woman?
the main character, Ronnie?
No, her friend.
Oh, Shelly? I would say Shelly's probably half. She's probably got like an Asian mother or father.
Okay.
I don't think she was fully Chinese
No,
or
I don't think so. No.
Asian of any sort.
You're half.
I'm half, yeah.
You're half, right?
But then the one Asian guy they showed on the show was like her husband or
A
boyfriend, right?
new love interest, yeah. What I would have liked, and
Okay.
we'll get into it as we get into the movie, what I would have appreciated would if they had more explained at some point or touched on at some point why in a city that has clearly a Chinatown and has clearly an appetite of people that really want to learn mahjong, why we only saw 2 Asian people in this movie.
It was
Right.
cultural appropriation.
It was at the 1000th degree. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, yes. But what were you going to say? You were going to say something before.
Totally.
Or maybe that's what you were going to say. I'm not sure. I thought you were like warming up to say something.
No, I don't think I was warming. I think it's just
Okay.
that was a big. I
Okay,
knew that
yeah.
even going into this movie that there was very little Asian representation in this movie
Mahjong.
about a very Asian thing, very Chinese cultural thing. Although, there's other like they even touch on the fact that there's mahjong in other Asian cultures too, but it's not a white people thing.
May I ask, since we're talking about that, what is your Asian background?
I'm half German, half Japanese. So my
okay.
half Japanese on my mom's side.
Okay.
Now, I gotta say, I did leave this movie wanting to learn how to play mahjong.
Well, it
didn't
says it's similar to Rummy on this website I'm looking at.
What I thought was funny about it, if you really step back, like it's kind of nice that like all these people are getting into mahjong and she's like building a little business out of this. But at its core, it's just a game, and a game that you could probably, I would hope, pick up the core principles of how to play the game after a single lesson.
Right.
Not after, like, these people are signing up for like weekly classes with this woman.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Like, imagine you take a class to learn how to play the game Monopoly. Would you take a weekly ongoing class to play the game Monopoly?
well, you want to learn the real estate rules
No.
and the laws and different things like that.
Sure. And the appetite for mahjong in this town was similar to the appetite for high school karate tournaments that they have on the show Cobra Kai. Like, everyone in the San Fernando Valley on that show is super into high school karate tournaments, and the people in this town were like, yes. Like, how did nobody before this white lady know how to play mahjong before?
See, that would have been a better
Right.
movie. That some other lady comes and starts try to teach the people how to play Monopoly, and they're like, "Oh, fuck mahjong, we're in this Monopoly," and then they have this big rivalry. Yeah.
And you noticed at the beginning of this movie, this was inspired by actual events. So this was
I
ripped
did.
from the
I
headlines.
must have
of this
blocked
movie.
that out. I didn't see anything like it's ridiculous. Well,
Yes.
that
ripped from the headline.
That's
was
wild.
what headline was that? Woman teaches mahjong.
White lady plays mahjong.
White woman teaches mahjong.
It is a very like whitewashing of history. It's some like colonialist bullshit is what it is.
Jeez, that's harsh, man. You've been harsh lately.
Yeah, whatever.
That's good though.
Everything's on fire. What have I got to lose?
So what was so this movie is called Love and
All's
Mahjong.
fair in love and mahjong.
What a long title.
Okay.
It's kind of like watch it
So,
with the
I wrote-
Englishman who went up
we-
a hill but came down a mountain.
So we start off. There's a mahjong game, and I wrote there's a very annoying voiceover. It took me a minute to get used to this woman's voice.
Was that the lead woman?
And
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
I saw like where it said inspired from actual events. So I wrote, and it's ripped from the headlines. And then we see a group of ladies, and they're playing mahjong, and one of them is either Tia or Tamara from
It's Tamara.
Sister Sister.
I never saw that.
And I wrote, I wish Jack Hay was in this movie already. Because whenever I see one of them, I think about Jack Hay. It was their mom in Sister Sister. So we find out that Ronnie, one of the women, her daughter Savannah is going to college. And then what I liked about this movie is they immediately, I guess divorce is the new death on Hallmark movies, because they were like, wow, you're doing well after your divorce.
Yeah, it's like it's a good thing. Like that's like the beginning of
Like-
your life when you're divorced.
There were multiple divorced people
Yeah.
in this movie.
Everybody was.
Because
Yeah.
Ronnie was divorced. Did we find out that Ben was divorced? Ben was
He was
divorced.
divorced, too.
The other Asian guy, I forget his name. He's divorced.
Yep.
The divorce. Yeah, that's when life begins in these Hallmark movies. And what about the girl's going to go to
Yeah.
college and they're all like, oh, now you can start dating. So I guess the idea
Right.
she must be loud.
I couldn't believe that they did not have a scene where they actually drove and dropped off their daughter at college. They're just like, oh, you're going to drive yourself? See ya.
Later.
Nope.
They
Bye.
could not get that
Let me
kid
know when
out
you
of the
get
house
there.
fast enough.
No, she needs to start dating. Sure, her app is backed up, and that's not
Right.
the only
And then
thing. it is.
they were talking about the apps. They're talking about the apps and everything.
Man.
And they didn't name check the app, so the app could be
All
Grindr.
that was missing.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Right. Well, okay, because later so first we find out Ronnie's a school nurse, and there was a kid who like was in her office with a swing set accident, and we find out that he's a regular visitor to her nurse's
Because the
office.
thought they
dumbass doesn't know how to
calmed-
use a swing.
I thought they calmed down with those dangerous
Right.
swing sets over the years. Aren't they like? Isn't there that whole book that's out about how kids are being like, they're making things very safe. The anxious generation. That's what it is. Where they're making like playgrounds really
Right.
safe.
Oh, is this what this generation is? Gen Z, the anxious generation?
Well, this kid's
Yeah,
younger
one of
than
them.
Gen Z. This is Gen Alpha. Is it Alpha again? Is this what this is?
They're making things very safe. Like back in our day,
Yeah.
like the playgrounds were like treacherous. It was like there was like a air trap next to the sliding
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
and now it's like they're really safe, and it's like they're
I mean, the chain
Cushions,
links
so,
on the
yeah.
swings in my school were made of razor blades, so I do see they
Yeah.
may have a point.
and then they cut them off, put them in the apples for Halloween.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
Right.
But no, yes. I don't know how this kid got hurt on the playground. This playground is supposed to be safe these days. Must have been old school.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
Gotta keep going.
so then the principal comes in and asks Ronnie if she could teach a mahjong class during their
Because
fundraiser.
whoever was going to teach the poker at this fundraiser could be there. So they were going to have like this school fundraiser and like, hey, we're going to show you how to gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then
They
later
should also have a little
when Savannah is
demonstration
getting
of how
ready to-
Bitcoin works.
Yeah.
Crypto, yeah.
Crypto.
We've got an all-day seminar next week on how to use a slot machine. That's a
Oh, so later, when Savannah was getting ready to go to college, I wrote here because the dad, the ex-husband, Mike, was there,
Mike.
and I wrote, "Why did they get divorced? Did he come out?"
Oh.
And then because he looked like he might have switched a team or two, and then
Tarzan swings both ways.
he then answered my question. He then answered my question because he was talking about how they had to sell the house, and he was like, "Well, the condo is, I want to get the condo for Laura and I." So we find out Laura is his new girlfriend.
His new beard.
His new beard, yeah.
Yeah, because he was wearing a burgundy suit, so that's why I was
Yeah.
questioning.
And when a man says the word condo, you have to kind of wonder.
Yeah.
No, I just made that up.
So
Anyway,
so then I wrote, I guess he didn't switch teams after.
he will soon.
Maybe, but yeah, you're right.
I
Maybe
think in
he's
the
on
end
two
credits he
teams.
did.
Do you think? Wait, you think in the
So-
end credits that's where we're gonna find out?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the little Marvel movie ending. How there's like you sit and wait till the end. That's the little scene at the end. I'm switching teams.
This needs to be the way that people come out from now on. It just needs to be in the end credits of whatever project they're in. It also needs to be the new gender reveal.
Yeah,
Like go to a movie
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then just at the end of the movie, you've bought ad time at the end of the latest Avengers movie, and then we find out that it's a boy.
buying ad
Right.
time now that's the new way to make it. That's a new
Yeah.
That's just it. It's the media thing.
So later, Ronnie's at the charity event and she's moving a table and she bumps into a guy. And he, I guess, liked getting hit by that table because he got a little flirty. And so then she announces that she's giving Mahjong lessons to the room. And she's telling him about Mahjong. And then the guy who she hit with the table starts talking to her. And we find out that his his nephew is like the little klutz that always falls off the swing. The little boy.
I'm gonna posit that
And
he's not a
we
klutz,
find out
that
that the
he's
guy-
just dumb and didn't know how to use his legs to push himself up in the air, which was established when she was interviewing him about
challenge.
the scrape on his leg. He's a
What
dumbass.
did he do again?
Right.
He
What did hurt
wasn't
himself
using
on?
his legs to actually swing himself up in the air.
Oh, so what was he using? Like
His stupidity.
His
I
butt.
don't know.
some kind of exhaust fume or something?
I
like
think
that?
he
That's
wasn't
Walmart.
using anything. Was the problem? Is you just come
just sitting
clunked back down on the ground.
Maybe this kid should be at a different kind of
Oh.
school.
I agree.
Might be the problem.
So
This
so
kid
we
should wear a
find out
helmet all the time.
that the man's name is Ben. And then this woman was all about playing Mahjong. She's like, I want to play. And we find out that her name is Birdie and she's Ben's mother.
Birdie.
And so Birdie makes Ben play Mahjong too. And Birdie takes a liking to Ronnie. And she thinks Ben should be all up in that. So they're playing Mahjong. It's a hit. Then Ben helps her take the table out at the end of the day. And Birdie's all over that too.
Where is this being held again?
And
I
At the
just
school.
realized something. And they
Oh,
don't
like
have
what
a table.
city?
at the school.
No, it's in the school, right?
Oh yeah.
And she has to bring her. She has
Yeah.
to bring her own table.
hmm Yeah.
Okay.
And
all
what's
right.
funny is it was like a small
Yeah.
card table, and she was struggling to carry it. It's a square card table.
Wow.
It's like what, 4 feet?
I hope they take some of this Mahjong money they made.
And in defense, the school is having budget cuts, so they probably couldn't afford a table.
They can't afford a table. Well, they probably. I would assume you have a table from back when things were going well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They need to sell candy like they used to make us do in
But-
school. So selling these big chocolate bars, and then I went home and ate one. I guess I'll be paying for that.
so we find out this is Ronnie's first time giving lessons, but she's actually good at it, and it's a hit. So then Ronnie is talking to Ben. She finds out Ben's a contractor, and then
She needs help with her plumbing
She asks,
because her family's
Yes.
been eating a lot of fiber.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
keeps the pipes going.
And Ben and Mike's like, I'm not fixing the plumbing. Are you kidding?
Mike, the ex-husband, he didn't want to do
husband.
it.
So-
Yeah, the ex.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those are not the kind of
Yeah.
pipes he wants to get up in.
No. He's like, girl, are you kidding? I'm not fixing the pipe. I'm wearing a burgundy suit.
in my condo.
I'm not messing up my burgundy suit. So she asks Ben if he could recommend a handyman. And we find out that she's been trying to do her own maintenance, and she's been watching DIY Annie. And he says that DIY Annie stands for destroys everything.
Destroy
Annie.
it yourself. DIY.
Yeah.
Right, destroy it yourself. And she says that she's the default parent. And so then he gives her his friend's card and says, call Jeff. Tell Jeff Ben sent you.
Okay.
So
So she's saying Mike was
So
pretty much
then-
useless.
we find out that Ronnie's getting downsized. And her boss is like, you're getting downsized, and I need to know soon if you're staying on or moving on.
Yeah, she's like a full-time school nurse, but
But
they're
then,
going to
all
go
of
with
a
a
sudden-
part-time nurse.
Right. So Ben then calls Ronnie and says, hey, you know, my mom really liked you, and she liked Mahjong, and she lives in this assisted living, and she's lonely, but their Mahjong game is too clicky. So can you go and teach my mom like play mahjong with my mom and teach a class, and in exchange, I'll do all of your maintenance in your house for free. And Ronnie's no dummy. So she says, yeah,
That's a
hell
good
yeah.
deal.
So then she has her friends over and they're playing mahjong, and Ben walks in the room and all of her friends start like drooling
They
and ogling.
are horny.
Yes.
Yeah, that one woman is about ready to just
Yes.
jump on
Who,
top
Melissa, she's Melissa Peterman. Was on Reba, and now she's on Happy's Place.
of him. Oh, I don't know, but there's one woman who's about ready to, just jump on top of that.
Yeah.
And is he that hot? Because they were like, whoa, what? This is a piece.
For a
He was
Hallmark
okay.
movie,
Decent
he's a
man.
10.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
high up
Yeah.
there.
Like in the Hallmark universe, you see a guy like that, like a handsome man who seems nice and he can fix things, like lady boners all
the
over
fixing
the
things.
place.
Oh, the fixing things is really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
I see
and
that.
fixes things, and looks good in a
Oh,
flannel.
that's it. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they were talking about apps, and they were like, yay or nay. And then he said he wasn't into the apps, which to them made him even hotter.
Nay, he said, yeah.
So then Ronnie's going on job interviews, try to find another job. But then she goes to an ER for a job interview, and they say she doesn't have enough experience since she's been a school nurse for like years
Oh,
and
yeah,
years.
supposed to be an
years.
E.
And they said they needed someone with more ER
Well, that's
experience.
a fair assessment. You're going from a school nurse to an ER nurse. That is a bit of a jump. But I don't know.
Although, why the fuck did they call her in for the interview? Like, that was shitty. They're like, yeah, we're
Right.
looking at your resume here, and you don't have the experience. It's like, yeah, you saw the resume before you called me.
I helped
Yeah.
a little boy with a skim knee. Well, that's good. We just had a guy come in last night whose head had been sawed off by accident. Oh, okay.
If I am Ronnie, I'm looking at that interviewer from the hospital, and I am thinking,
You dick.
Exactly.
Well, she got the interview. She figured, let's give it a shot, I guess. It's a waste of everybody's time.
yeah,
So,
it was.
so then, but then what happens? The interviewer sees Ronnie's keychain, and it's a mahjong tile. And she's like, is that a mahjong tile? And Ronnie's like, yeah. And she's like, my book club is looking for something to do because they don't like to read books. So,
They're gonna yeah.
so maybe we could learn how to do mahjong or something.
So make it a mahjong club.
And also, I'd like to see those keys in a
Right.
bowl sometime. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
Right.
Key party?
Keys in a. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. See, that's kind of retro. Or maybe it's coming back. I don't know what's going on. It's hard to
There
keep
is
up
a
with.
scene. I point this out every year around the holidays. There is a scene in The Grinch, the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch, where they not so subtly imply that the Who's of Whoville are having a fucking key party. There's like an establishing shot on this party with the Who's of Whoville, and there's a fishbowl, and somebody throws their keys in there, and that is the establishing shot for the scene.
I never saw that.
Well, there you go.
I know it's in the movie The Ice Storm.
Who?
There's a key party going on in that.
Yes, in the Ice Storm, there is a key party. And in The
But I don't know
Grinch,
about the Grinch. The
there's
Grinch is
literally a
this-
key party in The Grinch.
That's scandalous.
We're at the retirement party.
Yeah. That's where we're at. The retirement community is not a Medicaid place. Looks like a very private pay establishment.
Yes. And there was a woman there who was very feisty named Alice. And so, hold on one second.
Alice is very suspicious of why somebody would be coming there to teach mahjong for free.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And Alice looked like she was ready to fight.
Was that the woman that she's like marvelous? She was like screaming at some
Later
point?
in the movie,
Yes.
yeah, she
Later
comes
in the movie, she
around.
says that. Yeah. But right now she's suspicious.
Yeah.
But that's good. You know what? If you're
So-
like living in that kind of facility, you should be suspicious of people because there's always people preying on you. There's always like telemarketers trying to sell you shit you don't need. Like, good on her.
So she was saying that, that people would try to sell her timeshares all the time.
Advocating Alice.
So she was wary about that.
Okay.
But at the end, but later after the class, she was like all into it. So they do the game. Birdie ends up making friends, so it's really cool. So Birdie's really happy. And then I guess one of the directors of the home comes out and says, "Oh my gosh, this was great. Can you teach every week?" And of course, Ronnie's like, "Yeah, sure." And then she's talking to Ben about it. And she's like, "Well, Ben, do you think that I can make this into a job?" And Ben's like, "Yeah, definitely. You've already had your first client. Why don't you just continue on?" And then she was telling Ben about the woman from the ER. And Ben's like, "Well, why didn't you call her?" So she calls the woman from the ER. The woman's like, "Yeah, definitely. Why don't you come and teach my book club?" But she goes to the book club and it's a total fail.
Well, and here's why it's a total fail. The woman from the ER that didn't read her resume before she brought her in for a job that she was grossly underqualified for also then schedules her to come teach mahjong to her book club, tells her it's for 4 people. She shows up, it's 11 people. So she's grossly underprepared because this woman who literally hires people to work in an ER can't get simple details out to the people that need them.
Yeah, she should not be working in administration.
No. She is not a details-oriented
And her
person.
friends were all
No.
bitches.
Well,
too.
yeah.
And then Kurt, what did you think about this? Ronnie was being nice. She brought a cake.
Yeah, vegan
And the
cake.
women gave her the stink eye about the cake because the cake had nuts in it.
I had a friend who went to years ago, or like in her 20s. Like I wasn't there, but she went to the Hamptons where there's it was like a group house where people rent and stuff, so different people stay there. So she brought a whole thing of cupcakes, and this woman there, she said, "I don't do cupcakes." And she said, "Well, I do." And she took one of the
Why
cupcakes.
not?
She took one of the cupcakes and just stuffed the whole thing in her mouth at once.
Good.
I mean, in her own mouth.
There's a beyond the problem I pointed out with Ronnie's business model earlier of can't these people just learn mahjong in one lesson and move along with their life? Also, Ronnie is spending all this time and money making food. Every time she's teaching a class, she's bringing and making food.
Yeah, why she's obligated
Right.
to do that?
Because I think she knows, deep down, that there's no way her business is sustainable with just teaching the class. She's got to do a value add
Right.
beyond that.
Okay, yeah. Or else she kind of feels like she's not earning, or something like that. Yeah, she feels. Yeah, I think I get that. Yeah.
But then when you think about it, though, when it's 4 people, you think, "Oh, I'll bring a little something," and it's
Yeah, but she's making.
But then when it's 11 people, then it becomes
it
work.
takes a while to make a cake, though. That's effort,
Yeah, you're doing the same amount of effort to make a cake for 4 as you would a cake for 11.
And it was a gluten-free cake at that.
Just give slices of cake out to the gluten-free people. There wasn't enough for 11 people anyway. I don't think, unless they get a little tiny slice.
But there was the nut allergies.
Did everybody have a nut allergy?
And I'll say this about Ronnie too. If Ronnie is considering there might be people with gluten allergies, Ronnie's literally a school nurse. They deal with nut allergies all the time. She should have been aware of that. That's on her.
Right. But she's a nurse, so like if you had had a fit, she'd like help you.
Well, she might not have her EpiPen.
Yeah, I don't know if she could perform.
Like, I
surgery
don't know
or
if she's
anything.
putting her
I bet since
EpiPen in
she's
her
a nurse, I
mahjong
bet she has her
bag.
little black. Right. She's like a nurse, so she probably does have it in her mahjong bag.
I mean, maybe. But as a nurse, she should know, like, oh, I should be aware of, like, nut allergies are a thing.
This lady's
And like a stethoscope. I bet she has like all of it.
got a lot of journeyman skills. She's like a nurse, mahjong.
Mahjong,
She's
yeah.
baking.
Do you think she
She's-
brought
she's like-
Narcan?
She's got Narcan.
Yeah, I bet she does.
Yeah. She's like an octopus with like every tentacle in a different thing in a different jar.
I bet she does.
Oh, yeah,
So-
yeah, she's very busy.
So later she's talking to Ben and she's like, Ben, they didn't like me.
And he said, "I don't like
And
you either."
then Ben's giving her a pep talk. And
I like you.
then he talks about how his dad died 4 years ago. And he stepped up and he helped out and he had no problem with helping out. And
Sounds like you did.
he gives her a pep talk because they're basically similar. Like they like to help people. Well, she's a nurse, so obviously she likes to help people. And then she feels better. She then talks to Savannah. Savannah's like, well, Mom, you need to be more business minded. And then Savannah offered to make her a website.
Okay.
Savannah didn't offer to make her a website. She called Savannah telling her she needed her to make a website. But Savannah told her, you need a better name first, dumbass.
Yeah, what
Right.
was the name? It was like Ronnie teaches you mahjong or something like that.
I mean, she should
So-
legit, and this actually would have been sticky and people would have talked about it. She should have called it Learn Mahjong from a White Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually might work.
Because it kind of points,
Oh,
it,
that would have
it
been-
points
that
out
would have-
the sort of, not flaw in the business model, but the thing everyone's thinking, and it acknowledges it in a humorous way.
Right.
That would have been good, yeah. But
It's
they're not going to be that
memorable.
edgy. They're not going to be that edgy in this Hallmark.
No.
But it reminded me of remember the ad in New York, like so and so will teach you guitar. I forget the guy's name. There was this. It was like Joe Smith will teach you guitar, and this ad used to be like all over the place. Anyway, New York.
Did he actually teach
New York
guitar?
references? Yeah, you could hire this guy.
Okay. I like
find it what his
they in New York, as Mamdani's been like, going around filling in potholes, there's something about like we're filling holes. Like they know what they're doing. And here in LA with the Metro D line extension opening, the whole campaign has been Ride the D. I like that the social media teams are like, hey, we've got gay people on our social media teams, and they are all like 5-year-olds, and they will laugh at the stupidest little thing, and it works in marketing. Being a little
Here's what it
immature.
was.
I want to ride the D shirt.
It was Dan Smith will teach you guitar. That's what it is. It was an ad campaign that used to be like all over New York. I think the guy just used to put this paper up like everywhere, and it was just he did it for like so long that everybody was aware of it. Anyway, that's what's that.
So-
Okay.
So then Ronnie gets an idea, like, to go to the country club and offer to teach there, which I think was a very smart idea.
Yeah.
She's desperate.
But she goes to the country club, and the guy who is working at the country club is being a total
He's
You
snooty.
like,
dick.
total dick.
This is
He's
his
doing
job.
his job, though.
He's not gonna let this riffraff come in here and shake people down to teach them some this cultural appropriation. He's being respectful to the culture. All right.
But then she's like, I'll show you, you twunk. And then her friend showed up.
Twunk?
He's not a twunk.
What's that? Is that something?
Somewhere between
It's
a
not-
twink and a.
It's not racist.
It's like the next level after being a twink. When you outgrow twinkdom.
Oh, when you're too old to be a twink.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm offended. I'm a twunk.
But so her friend shows up, and her friend turns out to be like this, like high, like hot number in the country club.
Society lady.
And he's like kissing her friend's ass, and she's
She's
like, she's coming with me.
She's got money. She gives him a
Yeah.
big Christmas
She
tip.
belongs to a country club. She has money. We know that.
Everybody in this movie has
And then
money.
the friend even turned around and told her, "I'm a big shot around."
Where
But
are these
in-
people, by the way? What is this? Aspen or what? Alpine?
No, it's not
It's
Aspen.
somewhere on the
Something with an
water.
A. They're on the water.
Aspen's in the mountains.
Oh, okay. But Alpine, New Jersey, it's some real rich area because these people are.
And wherever it was, they had a Chinatown.
They had a Chinatown.
Yeah.
The rivers ran with gold in this town.
I have to defend the twunk a little bit though, because the twonk's job, like you're working at a country club.
Twunk.
His job is literally to keep the riffraff off of the stolen land that he's trying to protect.
Right.
Terrible.
True.
There's not a lot of riffraff in this movie. If you make like in the range of like $80,000 to $100,000 a year, you're riffraff in that town because that's a ritzy little town they've got
Oh,
there.
for sure.
It's like that movie Paradise. I think this might be in that genre. They're living in like a bubble. It's like an underground bunker they live in. All right, please continue.
So it's a few weeks later. Mahjong is popular in the old age home. Birdie decides to have a birthday brunch. Alice is like into it. Alice is happy. And things are going well. And then she says something about the marvelous Mrs. Maj, and that's what she decides to call her.
Oh, she
company.
did? Oh, I must
Yeah.
have sneezed.
Yes.
Like,
I missed that.
won't call it learn
Marvelous.
mahjong from a white lady, but will like infringe on the copyright of the marvelous
Of the
Mrs.
marvelous
Maisel.
Mrs. Maisel, yeah. I was an extra on that show.
So
By
then
the way, we totally missed the part
she's
where,
having lunch
where,
with a
where
horny
they had the
friend.
karaoke night, where they sang almost the entirety of Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten, and where they
Did we skip
introduced
over
the
that?
only
Yes.
other
Oh,
Asian
that's right,
character
and
in
it
the
was-
movie.
Yeah, there was an Asian character
That's
who
right.
came in and I thought he was going to, give us an impassioned speech about how this town is stealing their culture. But he just went along with it.
He's part of the problem.
But yeah, it was like
He's part of the problem.
yeah, they sang well. It was like Star Search or something.
I didn't.
And so
Musical
then
numbers have to stop.
they're having a party. Oh no, this is the
Just the brunch.
the new Chinese New Year party. And so they're encouraging her to bring Ben as her date. And they were encouraging her to bring Ben as her date.
Right.
And so she asks Ben and he says yes, like right away.
Well, this was also
And
dumb because.
then she goes home.
Well, first of all,
right?
he's.
And her husband is like there with appraisers in her backyard.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so he is being a dick to her.
You
Because she's like,
dick.
because she already told him, she's like, because she was like, my business is actually starting to take off. So what I would love to do is I would love to buy you out.
But how much is this house worth?
And he,
Do we know how much?
um,
Where is? We don't know where the house is, right? It's on the water, right?
that-
House is
Yeah,
not
could-
right on the water, I don't think.
But it's a town on the water, which usually
Yeah.
means it's not. It's got to be somewhat
And it's
valuable.
a big house too.
I'm gonna put it at. Could we put it at?
yeah.
400. Do you think it might be a little more?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
definitely more.
Yeah.
Definitely more.
So like 500, maybe 600.
Depends on where on the like what city
Yeah.
they're in, but
Depends on where they are. That's the thing. Yeah, it's
easily.
tricky.
Huge.
Yeah. It looks like it's in good shape. Plus, she's fixing it up on top of it, and it does. And these aren't huge upgrades she's making. She doesn't have to make huge upgrades.
And
It's
they
in good
keep
shape.
talking about it, how she loves her big yard. She's got a big yard.
Oh boy. I'm just thinking how much she needs to get. How much money does she need to get to meet this ex-husband halfway? Because it might be like 250, something like that, maybe a little more.
And then, and he throws shade. He throws shade at her, and he's like, "You can't turn your hobby into a job."
Well, they made an arrangement, and she's like, she's not dragging her heels a little bit.
Yeah, I give him a little bit of grace in this moment because the agreement was they were going to sell the house once the daughter's in college. So it's, he could have forced the sale back when they got the divorce. He didn't. Now she's the one that's kind of got to get her shit together.
Right. No, he's right.
But in the meantime, like her country club classes are like, she goes to the country club, and once again, she's very popular. And her rich friend brought 4 teenage boys, and she's teaching the 4 teenage boys mahjong too.
They're all rich. Oh, those kids were nerds.
Get them off their phone.
Nobody questions how this woman knows 4 teenage boys.
Those kids were nerds.
Because it wasn't presented as they were her children.
I don't.
Oh, because I thought that one of them was her son.
Maybe.
They're the
But
kids
this
that
could
mow
be like
the
an
lawn. I
Epstein
don't
stitch.
know.
We don't know.
Maybe they're the foster children.
Well, the
She
nerds
doesn't-
loved the nerds loved mahjong.
Yeah.
These were nerds.
Oh, because she knew video game lingo.
Nerds. The guy from Revenge of the Nerds who said, "Nerds," he died. So, got his.
Who was that? Booger?
No, not Booger. The guy from the big ogre. Was his name Ogre? He was an ogre. I forget what his.
But
I'll
Ted
look it up.
McGinley is still going.
Dude, Ted McGinley is so good on the current season of Shrinking. So good.
I love that show.
He's fantastic.
I love that.
Like, there was one episode where I was like, he should get nominated for an Emmy this season.
Finally, a show he didn't kill.
Yeah?
Okay, Donald Gibb played Ogre. He recently passed away from
R.I.P.
the Revenge of the Nerds.
Because wasn't Ted McGinley known for killing shows?
Yeah. Although, in his defense, he was always brought in very late in the show's run. Like
Happy
he came
Days,
in
yeah.
he came in to replace Richie on Happy Days. He came in late in the run of Love Boat. He
Married with
replaced
Children.
what's his face on Married with Children late in the show's run. Like,
Right. Oh, so now Ronnie's interested in teaching a class at community college, a mahjong class.
Okay.
And she and Ben go to the Chinese New Year celebration. We find out that mahjong means sparrow.
Okay.
Ben's hitting on her like crazy. He, at one point, does the Hallmark dude thing and gives her his coat when they're walking outside. And then they almost kiss, but they don't. And then he's like,
just like
I'm
some random guy
getting in
running
here.
into him.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
bumps into him, and that was the end of the romance. I would, give it another shot.
Yeah.
He just gives up after that.
And then he says, oh, I know how I'm going to get this. And he gives her a mahjong game as a gift.
Yeah.
And this is where I had to bow out. So you guys, what else happened?
Oh yeah.
So, well, when he gives her the set, he had walked her to her door, and they're saying their goodnights, and she invites him into the house for a drink. Like, this is Hallmark, like, borderline, like, hey, we're gonna bone after the date instead of just the kiss goodnight. But no, she invites
That's
him
what
in.
I was thinking.
And he
Yeah.
gives her the mahjong set. And then instead of boning, they play mahjong because it is a Hallmark movie.
There you go.
I would prefer boning.
But they do kiss. They do have a kiss. And then Ronnie has her like tryout at the community college. Did we talk about her going to the bank?
No, I don't think we did.
No.
She had gone to the bank, and they basically reject her for
Trust.
They reject her for the loan because they're like, hey, like, it's great that you're teaching all these classes, but you only have like a month history of doing this. That's not going to be considered a steady income, especially with your school job going to part-time. And they told her at the time, like, hey, if you get a contract, we might be able to grant you a loan. So,
yeah, I don't think she would get a loan.
Right.
That's ridiculous. She's not bringing in a lot of income. How much would she seriously get paid for what she's doing?
Well,
she's doing
if
like
it's
freelance.
Well, if it's steady classes, like she's teaching a lot of classes already at this point because she's teaching at the country club weekly. She's teaching at the senior center weekly. She's getting a bunch of calls from people that saw her playing Mahjong at that fundraiser. Like, she's got all these leads, but now she's got the tryout at the community college, and it's a massive turnout.
Okay.
She couldn't get a mortgage with all this, though. I know that.
Again, all these people are coming out of the woodwork to play Mahjong, and there's a Chinatown in this city. And no Asian people come to any of these, like, Mahjong things.
They've moved on to a new tradition. She wouldn't be able to get a mortgage. You'd have to have like a job for like 2 years at least. So she'd have to have a steady income for that in that business going for like a few years.
Yeah.
So I don't think she could get a loan either. There has to be evidence that money is coming in.
Which is what they told her, and they weren't wrong.
But it's got to be also a substantial amount. That's what I'm saying. If she needs to get this loan for $250,000, you know, how much money is she bringing in with this Mahjong? Doesn't look like much, but okay, we have to buy into this.
Yep. So Ronnie's talking to Ben. And I forget how they get on the subject, but they're talking about, like, hey.
Well, she's frustrated because, she's
Oh, is this where they have the
packing
little
up.
fight? Yeah.
I think this is where or did we skip over something?
I think we
said
may have
something
skipped
about-
over that.
I got it right here. So she's at the community college. We may have skipped around a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got that. And then then she's at the community college, and then she's teaching there. She goes to his work site. She brings the casserole, so they do that. And then they're at the restaurant. What she says to show up? I forget. I'm not sure what that says. Oh, that's right. So I don't even know if this is crucial to the story, but she convinces him to ask his brother to set up the birthday party for their mother at the restaurant. And so then he has like a scene with his brother, which doesn't really have much to do with the movie.
I think they were trying to say, like, hey, he's been encouraging her to be someone that asks for help, and so she has to encourage him to be somebody that asks for help too. And like, hey, don't just assume that your brother's a deadbeat and isn't going to help. Give him a chance.
I guess it's a good message.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what happens? So then, so she's packing stuff up, and he comes over when she's mad, and then she gets mad at him. Not a big, I don't think it was a huge thing. They kind of
and we knew they were going to
blew
get
this
past
up.
it. We're in the final quarter of the movie.
They blew this up. So now she's having dinner with the ladies, and she says, "Well, I'll buy a condo," and then she said, "I lashed out at Ben." But then she approaches the Ben, and she approaches him outside. She apologizes. And he says that he should try to fix things. He says he should try to fix things, and she wants to be a team with him. And they say yeah. And now they're going to go to a mahjong party. That's what I have here. Oh, then she goes to the community college to pick up a check, and the guy who works at the college walks up and he offers her a part-time job.
A contract.
There
which
you
is
go.
what she needed to get the loan.
part-time though. Okay. Well, all right. So then there's a party because it's the party because she thought she was going to have to sell the house, and she thought so. Everybody's at the party. The daughter's there. She gives a speech and she says, "No, I'm going to keep the house." Then everybody's enraged because they thought that they were at this party under false pretense.
Yeah. And like they all flip a table and there's mahjong tiles flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say, "Why don't you carry this table out?" It's got a callback from the beginning of the movie. And then they bone. And that's the end of that.
And then then it's end of the movie, and Ben is like, "Oh, I have something," and he brings out like earlier in the movie they had shown Savannah's growth chart like that had been like drawn on the wall, and like Ronnie was kind of upset they needed to cover over it. So it turns out Ben actually cut that out of the wall and saved it and framed the growth chart. That's actually really cute.
I saw that coming.
And then
he
bone.
says,
Ben had game.
He did.
and then he says,
Ben had
I
game.
got something else for you. And he has this like a present like on his lap. And it's like that scene from Diner. Because then she like, what's in there? And she opens it up. She reaches in. And, I think you know what happens from there.
Yeah.
And
A
it's
big
very
mahjong tile.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very progressive for a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. They should penetration.
Well, that's the next Hallmark movie. Well, at this rate, in like 3 years, that'll be happening.
Yeah.
We talked about this before.
But I liked this movie.
I
I'd
like to go into the future, like in 100 years, and see how much things have progressed in the Hallmark movies. And there's got to be like penetration and insertions and all kinds of stuff going on. Stuff that we've never even considered. Well, some of us.
I didn't hate this, but I didn't like it. I thought this was nothing happens in this movie. It's such cultural appropriation. Like everyone in this was enjoyable and likable, which is why I didn't truly hate this, but this movie served no purpose.
Well, for next week, I have a palate cleanser because you know what I found?
That grandmother's face.
And I don't know if it's old or new.
My OnlyFans.
It was a wrong movie that we've never seen.
Oh.
Ooh.
The Wrong Tutor.
I'm down for that.
So
what kind of class?
We haven't done a wrong movie in ages.
What is it for? Like an algebra class?
We'll find out.
I don't know. It's Lifetime, so it could be all sorts of things.
The Wrong Tutor.
And if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram at Les Kirkendall or on my website, leskirkendallbarrett.com. Jason.
Please, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and rate and review us. Give us 5 stars and subscribe. It helps more people find this show. You can find all of us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast, on TikTok at Lifetime of Hallmark Pod, and on Blue Sky at Lifetime of Hallmark. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
We're on TikTok?
We are.
I'll have to check that out.
I say it every episode.
Yeah.
I didn't miss that. Okay. Maybe I tuned out. That's exciting. Yes, I don't know. There's the Shelf Shedding Movie Podcast, and I'm on that, and I think Les has an episode. And that's pretty much it. It's getting late over here on the East Coast, and I got to go cut off. I have to go cut off and watch Comics Unleashed and experience the crest of the new comedy revolution. Yes.
If you like listening to us, you can look at us because we're on YouTube. Yeah. So you can find us on A Lifetime of Hallmark at YouTube, and you could see us, what we look like, and talk to us.
Me,
and listen to us, of course.
See, and you'll see that I'm a trunk.
Isn't that a twunk?
A trunk?
I'm a twunk.
You're not a twunk, Kurt. No offense.
A trunk. I like trunk, though.
Well, the camera takes 30 years off me.
When Kurt comes out for a cake at the Abbey, we're also taking him to Trunks.
The camera.
To Trunks.
The camera takes 30 years.
Because there is a bar called Trunks.
And adds hair to me. What is it? There's a bar?
It's Trunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trunks.
It's called Trunks.
Who is in the establishment of Trunks?
Trunks is very, how would you call it? Urban.
Generally, but not always.
Not always.
Urban. It's
During
it's not a
the
little bit
day, it's very it's the type of people that she went to go teach Mahjong at first. That kind of home.
Right.
But then at night, it's very urban.
It's very
country.
urban.
Urban, kind of hip or
Black people.
that's hip. Urban. So why don't you just say that? Why are we beating around the bush? It's very
All right.
square
See you
dancing.
next
Oh, white
week.
people.
Bye.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.